Hello, my name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming, and my voice is dictating that I'm going to be no longer recording after this episode, but we're going to try and get through one more today. So, last time we played Claude Van Helgen. We made Claude Van Helgen. Just a heads up, the way I'm playing this at the moment, depending on whether you guys tell me that the rules suck or whatever, or we'll see. Every 6 pages that I'm not using an ability on, well, let's say every 6 choices and or combat, I am saving. If I die 3 times without being able to get to another save, the character is dead, and I have to reset using a D&D 5th edition background generator, basically. So right now we're playing Claude Van Helgen, who's kind of obsessed with intelligence. He would give up a civilization for knowledge. He's intelligence and knowledge-based. He was sent to the Kai Monastery because he's, for some reason, a natural fighter. And because of that, he has learned things, whether he wanted to or not. And he is trying to go to Holmgard in order to let them know that the Dark Lords have returned and are sweeping across the nation in war. Our monastery was destroyed. We're the last of the Kais for the time being. We have met the king, the prince's men, Prince of Pelethar. He is the king's son, and we just met the men, and we are about to accept an invitation to take their horse and go see Prince Pelethar ourselves. So that's what we're gonna do. Turn to 97. Whoa! That don't look good. Don't look good at all. Might be about to die for the first time. Ahead of you, you can see a fierce battle raging across a stone bridge. The clash of steel and the cries of men and beasts echo through the forest. In the midst of the fighting, you see Prince Pelethar, the king's son. He is in combat with a large gray Gorgaz, who is wielding a black axe above his scaly head. Suddenly, the prince falls wounded, a black arrow in his side. That's a cool illustration, man. Some old school cool illustrations. Would he run into the forest? I almost think he'd run into the forest. Trying to play Claude Van Helgen. I mean, he's seen, though. Like, it's the prince. Like, I think we gotta defend. Might be first death. But if you wish to defend the fallen prince... Okay, so he's gonna rush in and try and defend. Oh, here we go. Combat. The creature that you now face is a Gorgaz, one of a race of cold-blooded reptilian creatures that dwell in the treacherous Mackenmire swamps. Their favorite food is human flesh! Exclamation point! The prince's sword lies at your feet. You may pick it up. And use this as a weapon if you wish. The Gorgaz is about to strike you. You must fight him to the death. I don't have swordsmanship. So I don't know that would help me in any way. And the creature is, of course, immune to Mind Blast. Frick. So I've got Mind Shield. I don't have Mind Blast anyway. I got the Quarterstaff, so that's not going to help me. And I got an Axe, which isn't going to help me. Healing, Sixth Sense. Whew, which is going to have to survive. Although, I will say, we only have a -1 combat ratio. I think that's good. I'm not sure, 100%. But let's pick up the sword, just in case we can give it back to him later. So we pick up the sword, and then play turn. Alright, so round. So what is... I don't remember. I should have looked longer in the tutorial. Did he take... Oh, he took 9 damage. I only took 1. Okay, good start, good start, good start. Making some progress. So, big fat battle. That natural combat skill is coming into play. Let's see about turn 2. Oh, wait, no. I took 9 damage. No, the Gorgaz. I cannot tell who's taking 9 damage and who isn't. And why doesn't it say my health here? So, I took 4, he took 5. He's still taking more, but I took a good amount of damage there. What? So, let's see the action chart. Does that say my health anywhere? Combat skill. Where do I see my health? I am very confused at this particular juncture. Combat skill. Oh, endurance right there. 19. Okay. Oh, here it is. Dude. Right in front of me. Plus, the chainmail waistcoat is actually coming in handy. So I can actually see that from the main page. So I've got 19. He's got 16. I'm doing okay. Round 3. Gorgaz messes me up. No, I did some serious damage to Gorgaz there again. Took some damage myself, down to 16. But he's at 10, so I might actually pull this battle out. Well, this is an epic fight. Could you see this? 3 rounds. Just swords, axes. He's hissing. Arrows whizzing by. Oh, he hit me hard on that one. I only have 11 now. He's got 7. This is going to be close. This is going to be really close. Covered in blood. I got him! Woo! Snicker snack, baby! Woo! That was close. That was close. That's not even a save point, so if there's another fight, I'm in trouble. But I kill the Gorgaz, finally striking the death blow. Endurance is down to 9, though. So let's turn to page 82. The giant Gorgaz lies dead at your feet. His evil followers hiss at you and then fall back from the bridge. The prince's soldiers form a protective wall around you and their dying leader with their shields. Black arrows whistle past your head. The dying prince looks up into your eyes and says, "Kai Lord, you must take a message to my father. The enemy is too strong. We cannot hold him. The king must seek that which is in Duranor, or all is lost. Take my horse and ride for the capital. May the luck of the gods ride with you." You bid a sad farewell to the prince, mount his white steed, and head south along the forest path. The battle still rages on behind you, and the prince's men fight another assault. And I did get a health point back from my healing, so I'm slowly healing, so that's going to come in handy. Woo! That was sweet. I'm feeling it now. So Gorgaz is dead. I've taken the prince's horse. We're on to the next one. And the next one should be a save here. I am out of meals, so I'm going to lose another 3 endurance. I am in trouble. All right, so we're going to go back to 1. We're going to save the game. Save it. All right, save for CVH. Take game. All right. Fun stuff. So, back to Flight from the Dark. The prince's horse is indeed a magnificent animal, fast and sure of foot. You gallop along the twisting track as if it were a straight highway until the noise of the battle has disappeared far behind you. You are hungry and must eat a meal during your ride. After several miles, the path stops abruptly at a junction. There is a signpost, but it has been hacked down. No, that's not good. Well, I can't eat, so I'm going to take 3 damage. That hurts. So I don't have tracking, so I have to just call left or right. I think at this point, Holmgard, just looking at the map, I think Holmgard is going to be more to the east, so we're going to go to the east, I'm going to say. That's my hope. So let's go to the east, which would be, I don't know, because we're coming from the north, we're coming south, right? So the east would be to the left. Turn left. You have ridden about 3 miles when, in the distance, you spot an unmistakable silhouette of 5 large doom wolves. Doom wolves? Like wolves isn't scary enough? They gotta add doom to the beginning of it? Riding on their back are Gyaks, which I'm guessing is this game's version of goblins. They seem to be going on. Ahead to where the path leads down to an open meadow. Suddenly, one of the Gyaks leaves the others and begins to ride back along the path towards you. I gotta hide. I only have 9 health, right? Like, I only have 9 health. This guy will kill me if I fight him. So we're going to hide in the undergrowth. You hide behind some thick bushes. Where's my 3? Hide behind some thick bushes so that the Doom Wolf and its rider will not see your white horse. Luckily, it works. The beast lopes past and vanishes down the track that you have just come along. Sweet! If you wish to attack the remaining Doom Wolves, no. If you wish to press deeper in, I think we got to press deeper into the forest. I can't attack anybody right now until I get some of these health points back. You ride deeper and deeper into the forest. Suddenly, you thank the prince for such a fine horse. For although the ground is tangled of briars and roots, he never once falters. The Doom Wolves are soon left far behind, and you bring your horse to a halt. The light has faded fast, and it is almost night. So I've been doing this for a day now. All right, so let's see here. If you wish to press on ahead, 46. If you wish to bear left, parentheses, the same direction as the path you left far behind, that's what I want to do right there. So let's go to 1, 3, and I think we're up to 4 now. You soon emerge from the woods onto the main highway. You recognize it as being the main road between the port of Turan in the north and the capital in the south. Spurring your horse on, you estimate you will reach the capital by morning. That is freaking awesome, guys. We're only 11 minutes in. I don't know what I'm going to do for the next 20 minutes if I get there. As you ride along the highway, you notice the light is getting worse. It will soon be completely dark and impossible to see any dangers that might lurk ahead. You decide to hide and rest at the wood's edge until morning. When you are satisfied that no one can see you, you pull your warm green cloak about you and drift off into an uneasy sleep. Back up to 13 health, feeling better about things. So we're going to turn to page 256. Don't like that. You're awoken by the cries of the cran high above you in the clear morning sky. Rubbing your eyes, you peer upwards through the canopy of branches to see the 3 of the lonesome creatures fly off towards the north. You are sure you have not been spotted, but perhaps it would be best if you leave now, just in case you mount your horse and ride south along the highway. 4, 6. You have ridden several miles and have seen no sign of refugees or the enemy. You race on towards the high ridge in the middle distance. You should be able to see the capital from here. As you reach the peak, the sight that meets you on the far side is one of hope. But there is still one challenge you know you have to face. Yay me. This is a save spot. Save it up, save it up. Save 5. CBH. Alright, let's see if Claude Van Helgen can make it. Only up to 15 right now. Turn to page 153. Before you are the tall, gray-white walls and glimmering spires of Holmgard. The city's banners fluttering from the battlements in the fresh morning breeze. Stretching out towards the west, the river Yeldil traces its course from the mountains of the Durncrag Range to the Holm Gulf. But below the mountain peaks, you can see a vast black army marching relentlessly towards the capital. To your right, you can see the highway heading off. I've just suddenly lost my ability to read here. To your right, you can see the highway heading off over the rolling plain towards Holmgard. At the gallop, you could make the outer fieldworks of the city's defenses. Jeez. And just start this whole page over again, because I'm failing. Okay? 153. Before you are the tall gray white walls and glimmering spires of Holmgard. The city's banners fluttering from the battlements in the fresh morning breeze. Stretching out towards the west, the river Eldil traces its course from the mountains of the Durncrag Range to the Holm Gulf. But below the mountain peaks, you can see a vast black army marching relentlessly towards the capital. To your right, you can see a highway heading off over the rolling plain towards Holmgard. At a gallop, you could make the outer fieldworks of the city's defenses in less than an hour. But you would be in the open for most of the time and vulnerable to an attack by Cran. Directly ahead of you, a wide river drifts sluggishly towards Eldil. If you abandon your horse, you could swim towards the outer defenses under cover of the riverbanks. Or there's a final alternative. To your left lies a graveyard of the ancients. These tombs are crumbling monuments to forgotten age, would conceal your approach, but it is a forbidden area. Many are unnamed horrors that lie there in restless sleep, waiting to consume an unweary trespassers. You can try your luck with the highway, if you feel you stand a better chance with the river, or you can go through the graveyard of the ancients. And no 6 cents offer. Come on, man. Oh, I feel like this is leading to the final struggle, whatever it's going to be. So what do we want to do? I think the highway I'm going to get, I'm trying to look at this like an intellectual, okay? He knows the graveyard has a bunch of unknowing monsters. So I don't think he'd do that. I think that the highway, he'd be out in the open, so he's pretty sure, that's the brave man's move, right? So I think that, and this guy is anything but brave. So I think he's going to use the river to try and sneak in. See how it works out for us. Peering over the steep undercut of the riverbank, you can see a tangle of driftwood along the water's edge. A large tree trunk has grounded on the clay bank next to a small canoe. If you wish to lure the log to float downriver, if you wish to use a canoe. Okay, so using the canoe would be obvious, like, hey, there's a guy in a boat. But a log floating down a river is a very regular thing. So I think he's going to try and use the log to kind of like camouflage himself. 3. I think I have a better way to do this in my head. We'll talk about it at the end of this episode. After quite a struggle, you manage to free the heavy trunk from the riverbank. Gathering your equipment in a bundle, you stow it on top of the log and then slowly wade out into the river. The current soon takes you and you drift slowly downstream. After 20 minutes, you hear the sound of horses along the left bank. If you wish to hide behind the log, turn to 75. If you wish to climb onto the log and prepare to catch the rider's attention, then turn to 175. We're going to hide behind the log. Peering out carefully, you can see 3 green-clad men on horses racing along the bank. You recognize them as border rangers, the regiment of the king's army that police the western borders. One of them is wounded and slumped over the horse. Close behind follow a pack of 20 doom wolves. They're Gaiac raiders firing arrows at the rangers, which fall all around them. One ranger drops from his horse and rolls down the riverbank, a black arrow deeply embedded in his right leg. If you wish to help the ranger, turn to 260. We're going to stay hidden and drift downstream. Sorry about your luck, man. Sorry about your luck. Claude ain't dying for you. Claude ain't dying for you. After nearly half an hour, you feel the current getting stronger. Looking out across the surface, you can see that you are approaching a whirlpool in the middle of a large river bend. You will surely drown if caught in its current. So you quickly swim towards the right-hand riverbank and continue your mission on foot, carrying all of your equipment. Sweet. You walk for nearly an hour along the twisting river's edge. Beyond the next turn, you can hear the faint noise of battle. Crap. You carefully climb a steep hillock to get a better view of the area. I am back up to 21 endurance, though. That's sweet. The outer fieldworks of the city can now be seen. Drawn across the river is a line of barges chained together to form a floating barricade. You can see soldiers running along the log walls of the fieldworks, and you can hear the faint noise of battle drifting in from the west. If you wish to approach the barges, I don't know why I said that with an accent. If you wish to take cover in the trees, I think we'll approach the barges, right? Like, we're here. If they could see us, like, they'll see the green cloak. Hopefully we'll be cool. So yeah. You have been spotted by the guards who level their crossbows at you. If you wish to raise your hands above your head and walk slowly towards them, 318. If you wish to run for cover, raise your hands, slowly walk towards them. I think we got to save here, though. This is number 6. So, save. I think I found a better way to do this. Because this is a lot of saving. Save. 6. C. 8. Oh, sorry. CVH. Alright. 2 soldiers and a sergeant run towards you. Their crossbows aimed at your head. As they get near, they recognize your Kai cloak, and a look of relief spreads across their faces. "My lord," says the sergeant, "where are the other Kai masters? We are in desperate need of their wisdom. The Dark Lords press us most cruelly, and our casualties are high." You inform the brave soldier the fate of your kinsmen. Oh, they're all dead. Fate of your kinsmen and the urgency of your mission to see the king. He takes you back to the barges where an officer accompanies you on horseback towards the high walls and the main gate of Holmgard. Yay! We're still alive. I'm still alive. Still alive, ladies and gentlemen. You reach the main gates of the capital and stare in awe at the height of the city's walls. 200 feet high, the walls of Holmgard have withstood the 200 feet high. Damn. That is some high walls. Holmgard have stood the ravages of both time and the Dark Lords. You and the officer race through the tunnel of the inner gatehouse, 100 yards in length, and finally halt outside the doorway of the main watchtower. Great crowds of soldiers and civilians are running to and fro. If you wish to continue following the officer, if you stand a better chance making your way to the king, we're going to follow the officer. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do, right? Boop. Staying close to the officer, you follow him through an arched portal and up a short flight of stairs to a long hall. Soldiers run back and forth, bearing orders on ornate scrolls to officers stationed around the city wall. A haggard and scar-faced man, dressed in white and purple robes of the king's court, approaches you and bids you follow him to the citadel. If you wish to follow this man, 196. If you wish to decline this officer, we're going to follow him, of course. You follow the man into a small library off the main hall. He pushes one of the many books on the shelves, which line all 4 walls, and you hear a metallic click. One section of the bookcase slowly slides back to reveal a hidden passage. What? Why are we going to a passage? Why aren't we talking to the king? Okay, this is tough because I feel like I should go back to the street. We're gonna follow him. You walk for nearly 10 minutes along the dark and winding corridor, and then start to climb steep staircase to a small wooden door. The man presses a secret catch, and the door opens. You enter a large, plushly decorated bedroom with a huge marble bath that takes up one corner of the room. The man suggests that you refresh yourself here, whilst he seeks an audience with the king. You quickly bathe and change into some white robes, and have been left out in a large marble table. Shortly, the man returns and leads you through a long corridor lined with exquisite tapestries. And I just broke everything. Sorry, guys. Probably just broke my controller again, which is great. Where were we? Through a long corridor lined with exquisite tapestries, you finally arrive at a large door guarded by 2 soldiers wearing silver armor. You are about to meet the king. Yeah. There he is. You enter the Chamber of State, a magnificent hall decorated lavishly in white and gold. The king and his closest advisors are studying a large map spread upon the marble plinth in the center of the chamber. Their faces are lined with worry and concentration. A silence fills the hall as you tell of the death of your kinsman and of your perilous journey to the citadel. As you finish your story, the king approaches and takes your right hand in his. Lone Wolf, you have selfless courage, the quality of a true Kai Lord. Your journey here has been one of great peril, and although your news comes as a grievous blow. The spirit of your determination is like a beacon of hope to us all in this dark hour. You have brought great honor to the memory of your masters, and for that we may praise you. You receive the praise and the heartfelt thanks of the entire hall, an honor that brings a certain redness to your face. The king raises his hand, and all voices cease. You have done all that Summerland could have asked of you, loyal son, but she is greatly in need of you still. The Dark Lords are powerful once more, and their ambition knows no bounds. Our only hope lies within Durnor. With the power that once defeated the Dark Lords an age ago, Lone Wolf, you are the last of the Kai. You have the skills. Will you journey to Durnor and return with the Summer Sword, the Sword of the Sun? Only with that gift of the gods may we crush this evil and save our land. If you wish to accept the quest of the Summer Sword, begin your adventure with... Hey, we did it! What if Claude just looked at me like, no, and then just like walked out. Okay, so that was fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. There's only 2 episodes for one book. That's crazy. So we'll have to do Fire in the Water next. We'll begin it, and Claude Van Helgen will be our starting character there. Now, we've completed a book, so I will never return to Flight from the Dark unless I decide to in some future show. However, I do want to say this. I think a good way to do the rules is I get 3 saves a book. Now that I've been through a book, I've seen how much it is. I think I can choose when I use those saves, but I get 3 saves a book, and I get 3 deaths per save. I think that's the best way to do it before I restart a character. So when we start the next book, we'll save at the beginning, as usual. But if I go back to the beginning, if I die, if Claude dies, I will have to make a new character, but that character will start from Flight from the Dark. And we'll just make something up for the image. So I hope you guys have enjoyed these shows. I recorded 2 of them. I like where we're going on this. I think that this is going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, tell me what you guys think. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? You guys can reach us on Facebook at OldManGamingDH, on X at OldManGaming9. You can join our Discord. Links in the description below. Influences and all of our shows from there. This is also probably going to be available on WizardsRespite.com. Awesome TTRPG website. Go check that out for all your TTRPG stuff. You can see all of our actual plays there. You can also buy some sweet merchandise and read some really cool articles. And as long as you guys keep watching this, and I'll keep making them. On to Fire on the Water!